What's up? It's keyboard video time. This is my latest build. I want to tell you all about it. Give you some details and no more hesitation here. So this is a KBD Fans 5-degree aluminum case. The only reason I went with this case is because I got it on Mech Market at a good price. It was unused. It was in really good shape. And the guy was in the States, so when I ordered it, I had it in less than a week. It wouldn't have been my first color choice because I wanted to do a red, white, and blue themed build. But I think it fits into the color scheme good enough. I went with it. So, KBD Fans aluminum 5-degree. Okay, that's the case. With a red aluminum plate, if you can see that through the keycaps, it's pretty cool. I'm trying to get the light to reflect on it here. There you go. I think that looks pretty sick. If the light hits it just right, the red background, you get a nice red, white, and blue. I dig that. So I think I was able to pull off this themed build pretty well. I'm more than pleased with it. This is the first build I've done with Holy Pandas. It's got a set of Holy Pandas in it. They're lubed. It's a novel keys set of Yak Trash Pandas, and then I got I think they're Halo Trues. I can't remember. Halo Trues from drop.com. And took the stems out of the halos, put them in the Yak Trash Panda bodies, lubed them with Tribosis 205, I think it was, the thicker end of the scale. And I don't know, it's really hard to tell sometimes what would be the average amount of lube on a switch. In my opinion, with a brush, a very tiny paintbrush, I put a very thick coating of 205 on these things. Okay, so case. It's a red aluminum plate, and it's on a DZ60 PCB from KBD Fans as well. The plate and the PCB I ordered from KBD Fans, and this is in my opinion, one of the best 60% boards out there. The firmware side of it and the customization software is freaking amazing. It's absolutely outstanding. So well supported. You can map the keys on this thing however the heck you want. If there's a better one out there, I don't know about it, or a better firmware software out there. I don't know about it. Pretty much, I don't see any reason why anybody would want to do a 60% board with anything other than a DZ60. That's just my small opinion. Okay, so lubed Holy Pandas, the PCB, the plate, case, and the keycaps. This is a fairly inexpensive keycap set. This is from Ducky, and it's called the Voyage. It was basically red, white, and blue, so I didn't have to buy multiple keycap sets. I love the blue. The white looks really good, and the white keycaps have a darker navy blue colored lettering on them. And these are double shot PBT, so the plastic is, how do you want to say, it's not, it's really hard plastic, and it's got some ping to it. So the way this thing sounds and the way this thing feels, in my opinion, is top notch. So for the amount of money that I have into this board and for the way this thing feels and sounds, I'm like I said, more than pleased. I'm still blown away by this thing. It turned out so well. Don't get me wrong, there was a lot of work that went into this thing. You had to you build the switch, so you got to tear apart 2 different sets of switches, lube the parts you want to put back together, and then put them back together. Oh, and by the way, I took apart, I don't have it in front of me, I took apart every switch. I didn't have a switch opening tool. I had ordered a switch opening tool, and I ordered the thing well over a month ago on a group buy, and it's the Nutcracker V2, if any of you guys are familiar with that. I just today got the email notification that it's shipping out, and I finished this build yesterday. Isn't that funny? You know, story of my life. Literally a day late and a dollar short. Anyhow, the thing with doing the Trash Panda Holy Panda build is I can't remember off the top of my head the two different switch types, but they're different housings. So you need, you know, if you're going to use a switch opening tool, you have to make sure that the one you're using accommodates both housing styles. The Nutcracker does, but I didn't have a tool, so if any of you guys out there are familiar with a Swiss Army knife, I used the flat part that comes out of the can opener on it's a genuine Swiss Army knife. I used the flat part to crack all the switches open. It actually worked really well, and I got a good little process down. And the remaining pieces I gave to my son. He's gonna do something wacky with them, but okay, so that's that. Building the switches was very time consuming. Lubing them was time consuming, but you guys already know all that stuff. So switches, plate, PCB, case. Now let me perform for you. Oh, and I insulated the board like I always do, and it just continues to work so darn well. I have no reason to switch from it. I've had 100% success with this insulating method, where if any of you guys are familiar with buying parts from KBD Fans, they put a sheet of plastic insulation in there. It's a fairly thin sheet. It's hold on a second, let me grab something from my trash can here. It's not this thin material. This is one type that they send. This is the plastic packing material, but it's just the right thickness. It's literally the perfect thickness to go between the PCB and the case. So you just got to cut it to the right shape. What I do is I take the PCB, I lay it on the insulation, and I mark the outside with a marker, and then cut the profile out, and you cut out the small holes for the screws, and then cut out the hole for the connection for the USB connector, and you put it down in there and press it down, and then screw the board down. And it's, in my opinion, it's like the perfect way to insulate a board. It sounds amazing. So let me rig up my phone here so it'll stand up. Let me give you a sound test. This thing just sounds just amazing. So let's see if I can balance my phone there. All right, just real quick. Pop this open. Here's a sound test. Everybody snaps over their keyboard, so. So that's that. I'll go through each of the keys here. The stabilizers, that's what I forgot to mention. It has GMK screw-in stabilizers that have been clipped and lubed, and I didn't do a specific Band-Aid mod. Instead of using a Band-Aid, I used what would be the same size patch that you stick to the board. I used the same size cutout of material out of a strip of duct tape. So it's got duct tape on there instead of a Band-Aid, and there's really no rattling in there, and they sound really good. I lubed the stabilizers with what's the stuff called? Man, I'm getting old. I'm losing my memory. Dielectric grease from Permatex, which is what pretty much everybody uses. I started using it because everybody else used it, and I really don't have any complaints. Seems to be okay. And there's one thing I'm just now noticing about this board: the right side of the board, the way it lines up. not perfectly lined up compared to the left. Actually, no, it's not as bad as I thought it was going to be, or as bad as it looked, but actually it's really nice. If you get the right angle on it, you can see and tell that it's good. So never mind, it's not that bad. So yeah, stabilizers. Sounds amazing. I'm really happy. This is my first Holy Panda experience, and I am a true believer. There's so many benefits to a Holy Panda. One of the things I like the best about it is if you're going for good sound, the body, the Yak body, is very, very tight fitting into the plate, and that helps line things up. That helps take up any wobbler, any space, or any vibration that might occur, or any misalignment that might come into play when you're putting your board together. So Yak bodies are outstanding. The whole spec for a Holy Panda is great. They feel good, sound good. They're probably my favorite switch right now. I have nothing else that even comes to mind. Maybe a Telio, but I'm not too big on which one I like better, a linear or a tactile switch. It's all about the feel and the sound to me. I'll be honest, my second favorite switch right now, I have a Ducky 1.2 that I closed lube the switches and filled them with super lube, and I use it at work, and I type on it quite a bit. And I guess you could say after it's kind of started to break in with all that lube in it, that keyboard feels so amazing. It sounds so amazing. For $100, dude, that board is freaking nuts how great it is. I love typing on that thing, but I love this one more because I built it, and I like the switches better and the sound better. But for $100, dude, you cannot, I repeat, cannot go wrong with a Ducky 1.2. And filling those switches with super lube, holy cow. I look forward to going to work and typing up emails. I look forward to typing long responses and stuff, because I get to sit there and enjoy typing on my keyboard. I know I'm weird. Whatever. Shut up. Okay. So yeah, this is the board. Hope you liked the video, and maybe it gave you some ideas and maybe answered some questions for you. I got a generic USB-C cable here for the meantime, but I'm waiting for a custom cable to come from Zap Cables. I sent John over at Zap Cables an email sending pictures of my board. He loved it. And I'm gonna have him make me up a red paracorded cable for me, so I can get, stick in the theme of, stay with the theme of red, white, and blue, because I love America and I love my country, and this is a fun hobby that I'm into right now, and my son and I, and I'm gonna theme this thing for the best flag in the world, in my opinion. Hope you dig it. Hope this video was worth your while. It was basically me just running my mouth, but enjoy. Got any questions, post them in the video and do the best I can to answer. If I can't answer you, I'll tell you straight up and maybe help you find a place where you can get an answer. Thanks for watching. Bye.